a group. We talked about the energy and the urgency that the Browns would bring given their circumstance, and it was something that we had to endure. I thought the guys did a nice job of enduring that and staying in the fight. We just didn't make enough plays. We turned the ball over, and then we didn't get a stop after that turnover. They scored a touchdown after that turnover, and when you really look at it, that's kind of the difference in the game, and that has to be. We got to take care of the ball, and if we don't, we got to support our offensive unit, and so that's probably the significance in terms of the outcome of the game. But can't say enough about the efforts of the guys. I compliment the Browns on their play. They made enough plays, and we didn't, and so we take responsibility for that. Guys had an opportunity to play in expanded roles today, and so we'll take a look at that tape, and they'll provide a lot of information for us as we push into the playoffs, man. We don't care where the plays come from. Every man in the helmet or every man on our team is a viable component in terms of helping us win. So we gained some information about some guys today, and maybe to help us in our planning as we push forward to next week. Bumps and bruises associated with play, nothing of any significance to speak of from a health standpoint. I'm sure I'll have an update on Tuesday. I'll pause and open it up for questions.
Dejan Kovacevic.
Mike, Mason Rudolph made some throws downfield. What did you think of his performance overall, and what went into the call that you and Randy made, to basically cut him loose?
We were playing to win, man. Pressure is ever present. You're either feeling it or applying it. It was our goal today to apply it, and so that was to be aggressive, particularly with the downfield throws. I thought Mason's performance was gritty.
Jerry Dulac.
Well, Mike, I was going to ask you basically the same thing. You had to be heightened by his performance, being able to step in like that for the first time and, show some poise in a pocket and go downfield.
I don't know that I was surprised by it. Like I talked about earlier in the week, it was reasonable to expect improvement in his play. This guy's been working extremely hard, really, for 12 calendar months. And, at the quarterback position, there are not many opportunities. This was his first extended action of the 2020 football season. And so we anticipated him being better, and he was.
Joe Rudder.
Yeah, Mike, it looks like you're going to play the Browns again next week. What are your thoughts about getting a rematch this quick?
I don't have any. It's too early for that. Really, I'm just assessing what transpired in that stadium today and making decisions relative to that. We'll have tomorrow waiting on us in the morning.
Mark Caboli.
Mike, with the 47 guys you dressed, were you able to, rest some of the guys that you wanted to? It looked like you wanted to get some of the offensive linemen out, but weren't able to.
No, we weren't in the rest mode. The guys that we wanted to rest, we left at home. The guys that got on the bus to come over here were ready to play.
Anthony Jaskolski.
Mike, considering his body of work the last 3 games, including today, 3 made field goals, do you feel like Matthew Wright earned a full-time spot in the NFL somewhere?
He's earning his stripes. That's not for me to say. We're appreciative of his efforts and the way that he delivers for us, for sure.
Dale Lawley.
Yeah, Mike, you used Josh Dobbs in some packages there. Was that just to get a different look in there? Did you have something in mind with that?
We thought his mobility could be an X factor. It's a little-known trivia fact. Dobbs ran for 850 his last year at Tennessee, and so running it is an asset to him. And so we just wanted to infuse that into the game, particularly in some situational components of play, maybe third down, maybe red zone. And I'm appreciative of his efforts as well. And he had an opportunity to put his hand in the pile and be a positive contributor to our efforts.
Bo Marchiani.
Coach, knowing that Cleveland might be a possibility for this upcoming playoff game, did you hold back anything? Was there a lot of schematics and schemes that you did?
Again, I wasn't worried about next week. I wasn't worried about next week. I was worried about this game. And rightfully so.
Mike Pursuta.
Mike Mason was particularly effective 3rd and long. I think he hit a 4th and 10 for a touchdown. Is that better execution? Is that him showing better understanding? What do you think led to that 3rd and long success?
I'll let you decipher that. That was our intention.
Will Graves.
Mike, you placed 3 guys on the COVID list entered yesterday. Any chance any of those 3 guys are going to be available for you next weekend?
We'll see. You know how the COVID protocol is. We'll adhere to it.
Brooke Pryor.
Yeah, Mike, given Josh Dobbs' success today, is there any possibility of using him in a playoff game and having 3 quarterbacks active?
It's a possibility.
Jenna Harner.
Coach, you've kind of touched on a couple things, but what's the biggest takeaway from today as you guys head into the playoffs now?
I don't know that we're looking for takeaways. We fought, we came up short. We accept responsibility for that. We acknowledge kind of how we came up short. We knew we had to take care of the ball. We knew if we didn't take care of the ball, we needed to support our offensive unit. And when you really look at it, that sequence is probably the most significant in terms of determining the outcome of the game.
Couple more. Jeff Hathorn.
Mike, overall, how do you feel about the trajectory of this team heading into next week?
I feel comfortable.
Alan Saunders.
Mike, it had been a while since we saw that kind of performance from Chase Claypool. Is it big for him to have that going into the playoffs from a confidence or a momentum standpoint?
It was our intention to feature him a little bit today. We wanted him to have that type of rhythm and that type of confidence in his playmaking ability going into January ball. And so we were able to check that box.
Brian Batko.
Mike, the TV broadcast showed a little dust up on the sideline or scrum with a couple of your young defensive linemen. What happened there?
We got some Gamecocks, and every now and then they fight a little bit, man. But all in the right spirit, man. We're trying to win football games, and they're trying to win football games. And so, that's just a part of it. We don't apologize for that. I hate that it became public, but it happens sometimes. We got emotional men fighting their tails off to win.
Final one, Chris Adamski.
Mike, I know you said no significant injuries. I don't know if Vince Williams ended up coming back, and just keeping a guy like Chase Claypool in the game during a game that obviously you have things wrapped up. Was that just a matter of showing that you guys still wanted to play to win?
How many times I have to tell you guys we play and play to win before you believe it?
All right, thanks.